Welcome back to Master 79. In this lesson, we are going to build a complete Band 9 answer to an IELTS writing Task 2 question about young people changing jobs and career paths. We will decode the question, brainstorm the ideas together, and then write the whole essay, paragraph by paragraph. Here is the question. A growing number of young people are changing their jobs and career paths. What are the reasons behind this phenomenon? Do the benefits of this trend outweigh the drawbacks? Read it twice before you write a single word. Notice that there are two separate questions here, and you must answer both of them fully. This is a two-part question, sometimes called a direct questions task. The first part asks for reasons, so that is explanation. The second part asks whether the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, so that is evaluation, and it demands a clear side. A very common Band 6 mistake is to answer only the first question, or to list advantages and disadvantages without ever saying which side is stronger. Your position must appear in the introduction and again in the conclusion, and every body paragraph must support it. Let us brainstorm the reasons, and give this about 4 minutes. I like to split reasons into two families: structural reasons, which are about the outside world, and attitudinal reasons, which are about what people want. On the structural side, online hiring platforms and remote work have made vacancies easy to find and easy to reach. Entry-level pay has stagnated, so switching firms is the fastest route to a real rise, and whole industries now appear and vanish within a single decade. On the attitudinal side, work is expected to deliver purpose and personal growth. Loyalty to one employer has faded, and retraining online is cheap enough to make changing field realistic. Remember, 2 reasons developed properly will always beat 5 reasons mentioned in passing. Now the second question. On the benefit side, workers gain a breadth of transferable skills and a much wider professional network. They are far likelier to end up in a role that genuinely suits them, and the economy gains because talent flows to where it is most productive. On the drawback side, deep expertise may never develop. Employers absorb repeated recruitment and retraining costs, and a fragmented curriculum vitae can read as instability. Now look carefully. The benefits are mostly long-term, and the drawbacks are mostly short-term. That asymmetry is going to become the backbone of my argument. Here is my position. The benefits do outweigh the drawbacks. I am choosing a clear side rather than sitting on the fence because a decisive position is far easier to argue consistently. The examiner is not marking whether your opinion is correct. The examiner is marking whether your opinion is clear and whether every body paragraph supports it. Here is the plan, and writing it took 4 minutes. Introduction: paraphrase the prompt and state the position, about 50 words. Body 1, answer question 1, structural reasons first and attitudinal reasons second, about 110 words. Body 2, answer question 2, concede the drawbacks briefly and then argue the benefits at greater length, again about 110 words. Conclusion: restate the reasons and the position in fresh wording, about 45 words. Now let us write it. Here is the introduction, and notice exactly what it does. The first sentence paraphrases the question without copying it. The phrase "in the early stages of their working lives" replaces young people, and "abandon one profession for another" replaces changing career paths. The second sentence is the thesis, and it answers both questions at once. It names the reasons and it states the verdict. 2 sentences, about 50 words. And no background waffle. There is no nowadays, and no since the dawn of time. The examiner already knows exactly what this essay will do. Body paragraph 1 answers the first question. It opens by announcing two forces, which gives the paragraph a visible structure before any content arrives. The first reason is structural, and it is explained and then extended with a concrete consequence. A capable graduate can weigh dozens of employers. The second reason is attitudinal, and it is reinforced by a supporting point about stagnant entry-level pay. This is the pattern to memorize. State the reason, explain the mechanism, then give a consequence or an example. That third move is what counts as development, and without it your task response is capped around band 6. Body paragraph 2 answers the second question, and it uses a concession structure. The first sentence delivers the verdict. The next sentence concedes the drawbacks honestly, using critics fairly observe, which proves to the examiner that I understand the opposing case. Then, however, pivots the paragraph, and the benefits take the majority of the words, first for the individual and then for the wider economy. Your word count is itself an argument. Giving your own side more space shows which case you find stronger. The conclusion does exactly two jobs. It restates the reasons and it restates the position. No new information and no new examples. Notice that the wording differs from the introduction because copying yourself costs you marks for lexical resource. And notice undoubtedly and on balance, which keep the tone measured rather than absolute. Here is the complete essay, 285 words, written in 40 minutes. Pause the video now and read it once as a whole. Look at how each paragraph has one clear job and how the position never wavers from the introduction all the way to the conclusion. These are the phrases worth stealing, grouped by the job they do. Paraphrasing the prompt, stating and signposting, conceding and then pivoting, and topic collocations. Use them but do not overuse them. 3 or 4 well-placed academic phrases in an essay look natural. 12 of them look memorized, and examiners notice. A quick and honest word about the Band 9 label. This assessment reflects an internal quality check against the publicly available IELTS band descriptors. It is not a certified examiner score. Task response, both questions fully answered with the positions stated in the introduction and held to the end. Coherence and cohesion, 4 paragraphs, 1 job each, with cohesive devices arising from the argument rather than being bolted on. Lexical resource, precise collocation, such as transferable skills and stagnant entry-level pay, with no repetition of the prompt. Grammatical range and accuracy, complex sentences with embedded clauses, controlled accurately throughout. Now your challenge. Take the same question but argue the opposite position. Argue that the drawbacks outweigh the benefits. 260 words or more, 40 minutes, and no dictionary. Then post your introduction and your thesis statement in the comments because I read every one of them. If this lesson helped, subscribe to Master 79 for more Band 9 walkthroughs. See you in the next one.